Hi everyone, it's Jill Foster here for Penny Black, and I'm excited again to reveal our next Flower of the Month kit starter. So, just as a reminder, each month we'll be releasing two new stamp sets, a new flower, and a new holder. Now, you can mix and match these new flowers and holders with your stash. You can use a simple formula to build your kit with me from your stash or purchase the kit I'm using, and there's lots of ways to play along. And another reason why this is a great monthly sort of kit starter is it's commitment free. So be sure you're subscribed here on YouTube so you see the reveal each month, and you can decide then if you'd like to purchase the kit starter for that month. And I really see these new monthly flowers as like a burst of beauty or something new and novel that can keep us all motivated and excited about our hobby. This month's flower is the Goldenrod, and I love that this you can definitely pull this in with autumn themed cards, but you can use it with any type of floral cards. And I like making floral cards all year round because I love to give them for birthdays and thinking of you cards. So, new this month, like I said, is the Goldenrod. So, we have the transparent set with the Goldenrod. I also really love the sort of ledger, vintage ledger, and the sentiments on this set are wonderful. It does have the cutout available. And then here is our holder. So, sort of the hanging basket that you can tuck your flowers inside. It also has that beautiful bow, and there is the cutout available for each one of those separately. So, lots of things you can do with that. So here is a look at those up close. Again, I just love that script. I used it on a lot of cards. Love the sentiments on this, especially the earth laughs in flowers. This gives you an idea for the size. Now this transparent set, the holder called Delighted, is a 3 by 4 inch transparent stamp set. And like I said, you also get that really wonderful ribbon there. And the cutouts are available. And you can use that ribbon by itself with so many different things. You can fill up the holder with different flowers or die cuts and just so many different things that you can do with this. So I like to then, with this new kit starter each month, turn to my stash to those timeless, tried and true penny black products and build a kit to use with these, sort of limit my choices, following like a simple formula. So if you want to follow along, here's what I've put in my kit this month. I picked a frame background die. Definitely a fan favorite this month. This is our antique frame die set that I'll be using. I picked an embossing folder. This is noted. Then I also picked a die cut sentiment. I did our note edger and note builder. Die cut flowers that you can fit in that new holder is potted plant, and a die cut holder that you can add the new flowers to. This kit selection is probably one of my favorites of the year so far. I love the sort of note theme that continues throughout all of those selected items. So here's a look at those close up. I like to prep lots of things in advance, so I die cut all of these from Canson 140-pound watercolor paper. Also do the embossing, that's that noted embossing. These are very versatile. You can also use these items for other kits, with other flowers, just with anything. So they're just building up your stash or looking in your stash for things you can use with something new. This potted plant is kind of like the handiest little die because sometimes you want to just add a little bit of leaves or a little bit of flowers, but don't want the fiddliness of die cutting tiny little things. This works really great for that. You can just tuck it in and still get that dainty look, but it's much easier to use. And then here is the watering can die cut, and you can slide in any of the flowers, including these goldenrod flowers, with that watering can die cut. So lots of different options. Now, always on my desk, it's been there all year so far with all of our Flower of the Month kit starters, are these essentials. I've used them yet again this month. So we have our background basics stencil set, posted and posted cutouts, so you can make your own little floral postage stamp, and then our soaring die cut. Usually I use that just for the butterflies, but this month I also use that sort of ring part of that die cut. Now, color selection is made easy with our new liquid watercolor inks. So this color theme here is what I've used on all of the cards. So for the pinks and reds, I've used wine, magenta, and rosy. For my yellows and oranges, I use zinnia and butter. For the greens, pine and grass. And then for the neutrals, chocolate and vanilla. And those were the colors I used to paint all of the stamped images in for all of the cards, which are coming up here in just a moment. So using all of these items with the excitement of the new Kit Starter stamps, here are the cards that I've made. This first one is the only one that is a 5x7. All the rest are standard 4¼ by 5½ inches. You can see on this I've filled up that delighted holder or vessel with flowers and die cut flowers. This one is nearly one layer, so I just did a little masking to add the goldenrod in there. The script stamping down at the bottom adds so much. Here I mixed things up and gave those goldenrod flowers a pink color, and I think that looks so fun. So don't be afraid to try other colors with these. This is probably my favorite card. This was inspired by another talented stamper, Sherry Hester. So Sherry, if you're watching, thank you so much for the inspiration. Here is that posted where I made my own postage stamp. Fun having those fun colors in the background. Also the embossing folder and the antique frame. This one I've tucked in those goldenrod flowers into the watering can die cut. Also use that ribbon, so handy. And here this is with that note edger, and I filled up that delighted holder with those die cut flowers, and I just love the dainty look of those. So here's a look at the whole collection. I'd love to know if you have any favorites with this collection or with these cards. Leave us a comment down below. I read them all and they mean so much. And if you're not subscribed yet, be sure that you subscribe and hit that bell. Click that bell so you are notified of any future videos. Thank you so much for watching, and happy stamping.